Oh my god. I didn't realize you were recording already, so I was like, let me be obnoxious about this. And on that note,
did we get your attention? I don't really know how to start this conversation, but side notes, because I also have a lot of random... Oh my god, wait. We should introduce...
I was gonna start there, but like, go off.
Sorry, my mind is going like a million directions, and then it's like a rubber band. It just snaps back to what I was supposed to be doing.
The original thread, yeah.
But then I also forget where I first started, so then I just confuse myself.
Yeah.
But that's on having ADD. It's fine. Welcome back to the Midnight Memo. My name is Claire.
And I'm Kristen.
And thank you for joining us whenever you're listening to this. It may be nighttime.
Morning,
it probably
evening,
is.
Afternoon, hopefully nighttime.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, because of daylight savings time,
bruv,
nighttime starts at like 3 p.m. So
no, okay, I literally had there was an event at my office today, and as they were talking, they're like, oh, so this evening we're gonna do this, and da-da-da-da, this evening, and I was like, girl, what are you talking about? This event's at 3 o'clock, and I look outside, and it's dimming, like, it was evening lighting, and I was like,
yeah, it's
did not appreciate that.
Honestly, I don't understand the disparity between daylight saving time and what is it, the other?
I don't know, whatever.
Daylight
default
spending time? I don't know.
We're not saving, we're gonna spend and spree.
Yeah, because like now it starts getting dark, at least in Seattle. It starts getting dark at like 3-4 p.m. And during daylight spending time, it doesn't get dark until like 9 p.m. So I'm like, why is it so drastically different?
Yeah.
If it were just like falling back a single hour.
Or even
springing forward.
Flip it.
Yeah.
Most people are up and doing things around 3 o'clock and it's dark. Like, I would much rather have that extra hour where the sun doesn't set till 4 and that's our compromise than setting at 3 because that's painful.
Yeah. It makes my body go out of equilibrium
For
or
sure.
like something like,
no,
because this whole week, like I usually hit my second stride at like 6 p.m. Like that's just kind of how my energy cycles work. Mm-hmm. But I am like dead tired at 5 p.m. now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like I should be sleeping right now. And I don't know what it is, or like if you guys have any tips on how to like adjust,
combat it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like adjust properly, to whatever this time change is, please let us know.
Yeah. And even though we were supposed to get like an extra hour of sleep that night that we fall back, again, I don't have a great sleeping schedule anyways.
We are not known for our great sleeping schedules.
But it feels worse. I feel like I've been even more tired. I see the sun setting at 3 and I'm like, time to go. Like, oh, my work day's done. I should be going home. And I see that it's only 3 o'clock and I'm like,
proposition. Wait, I like that idea though. Like, guys, at work, once the sun starts setting, you're done. Like everyone's off at 3 p.m. now. It's no longer 9 to 5. It's 3 p.m. You're done. I like that idea.
It's like a 10 to 3.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna start a petition down. No, we won't, but like,
we will.
But we will. But we won't. So don't expect it. But like, we will.
At least in sympathy.
Yes.
We'll just all sympathize.
We'll just plant this idea seed, and everyone
someone
else
who has more like
someone who will actually do it. Please do it. I'll sign it.
I will happily sign it. I will not fill out the forms.
Yeah. But okay, similarly to how I feel like the time change was so drastic this year. I don't know what it is. The weather,
bro,
drastic.
Even before that though. Like, I was literally just talking about this. Yeah. Like, okay, usually, again, a lot of this talk is going to be, like, Seattle geared, so I'm so sorry. But, like, the freaking wildfires, I feel like that's an August problem. And that didn't happen until late October here, where it literally looked freaking apocalyptic. And it was...
Yeah, it's usually supposed to be a summer fire.
It's a summer fire thing. End of summer, so it's, like, end of August usually here problem. At least... for the last few years that I've lived in Seattle, that's been a problem.
Yeah.
And then this year, it didn't happen until October.
Yeah, it is strange.
And it was still relatively warm throughout most of October. I feel like just within the last week, then if we overcorrected.
Yeah.
And it's colder than a witch's tit out here.
Literally. I'm like, Mother Nature is literally a California driver. She don't know what she's doing. She's like going out. She take a hard left. It's the wildfires.
No signals. Never let them know your next
oh shit.
move.
Yeah. She's like, let me take a U-turn. And now it's freezing. I was like, there's no in between. No in between. No getting used to anything.
Like literally at my office, they are putting down salt. I went into the office yesterday or something.
You're kidding.
Like that. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I was like, why is it so cold? And then I checked the weather app and I see that it was below freezing over the previous night, so they put it out preventatively. And I'm like, what? Like, we've reached that point? Like, what the
I don't even understand. And I also still, even though I've lived in Washington for 4 years in college, a year now, I don't know how to predict what kind of winter we're gonna have.
I know people are like, we're gonna have a long winter. I'm like, bitch, do you got a groundhog?
How do you know?
Like, how do you know?
They're like, oh, it snowed on the first day of October. That's how you know it's gonna be a mild winter. I'm like, what do you mean? It snowed on the first day of October.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
No, actually though, dude. I don't know. I just had that whole rant about like the freaking smoke in October versus August. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's a clear, distinctive thing. Like, that was weird. And even people who I know who have just moved here, like, within the last year, they were like, hey, was that weird? And I was like, glad for you to notice, too.
Yeah, because, like, even growing up in California, like, we're used to fires. We get them every single year. It's like a thing.
I found out a funny stat about the California fires.
Oh, what was it?
Well, not really a stat, but someone was telling me that they've lived in Boston for the last few years, and we were talking about weather, weird things that have happened, and they were like, hey, did you know that when there's the wildfires in California, the smoke goes so far that it eventually blows over to the East Coast?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he's like, to be fair, it's like much more dissipated. Like, it's not nearly as bad as it is in California when it's happening, obviously, but like, you can still see like this cloud, like I don't know how much later, a day or two later, don't really know. I don't remember what he said, but like he said that it like blows in and you're like, oh, that's the, like, you can tell. And I was like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, no, that's how, like, that was part of the Washington fires. Like,
yeah, that was basically what we had.
Yeah, a lot of the California fires, or the smoke basically, was traveling up the coast, which is just insane.
Yeah, but that kind of, yeah, it's still insane. But at least we share a coast that kind of makes sense. But to go from corner to corner, like from California all the way to Boston, I was like, that's aggressive.
Yeah. California is extra.
She's a little extra.
Yeah. But anyway, the weather here, I don't understand it.
I don't get
Couldn't tell you. For the longest time, I didn't even think snow happened in Seattle, but apparently it does.
Yeah.
So.
But like for 1 week.
Imagine seeing people in California see hail for the first time. It is very entertaining, let me tell you.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, like when I was in, I think it was like 5th or 6th grade, we, for some reason, don't know what was happening, had a hailstorm in the middle of the school day.
That's apocalyptic, for
yeah.
sure.
And so we're where I grew up, I was all the way south in San Diego, 30 minutes away from Mexico, like, yeah, we're really south.
She's southern California.
Like cold, like quote unquote cold in California is in the 50s, you know?
Yeah.
And we were out in PE and we were just like, I don't know, playing soccer or something. All of a sudden it started hailing and everyone was like, get under like the bleachers, find shelter.
How big of hail are we talking?
I feel like they were
like
a quarter size.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And like
still could do some damage, but like
yeah, for sure. And like a couple of the boys took a garbage bag.
Oh my god,
running around the soccer fields trying to collect it.
Oh my god, do you remember when we had that windstorm our freshman year of college?
Yeah,
so freaking funny.
So weird. That was like apocalyptic.
That
because it just you couldn't see anything.
And this was what, our second week of school. It was very early in the school year. So I remember. Again, I had just moved to the mainland. I remember that happening. And first of all, like, I think school was even canceled that day because they were like, it is unsafe to leave your...
Yeah, please do not stand under any trees.
Yeah. I got an email that literally said that. I was like, what? Like, I wake up...
What is Spokane?
Wake up from my 8 a.m. and I see an email. Please don't leave your dorm. Also, don't stand under trees. And I was like, what's going on? And I see the tree is at a 45-degree angle. And I was like, oh, okay. this like probably 100-foot, like a giant ash tree that should not be bending at that degree was like bent the fuck over. But then we also lived in an engineering dorm, so of course the boys went out and into the parking lot, and they all took their quite a few of them had skateboards, and they took skateboards and their bed sheets, and they just were freaking Superman trying to
sail across the parking lot. And I was like, of course. Like, I was like low-key freaking out because I was like, too. I don't know what a windstorm, I don't know what that is.
I know. And I was like, how, like, this was quarantine before quarantine. I was like, do we just stay in the dorm?
Yeah, I was just hanging out in the dorm.
Freshman year, we were dorming. I was very dependent on my meal plan. I was like, I need food, bitches. Like, what am I gonna do? And this was, so I'm 8:30, panicking how I'm gonna get breakfast because I do not have any food in my dorm because I have not gotten that far in my life. And then I look out my window, which was facing the parking lot, and I see all the boys just freaking flying their sheets. And I was like, we have two different...
Yeah. I feel like I don't even remember most of what I did during college. Like,
as a general...
Just as a general statement. Mm-hmm. Like, people will always ask, oh, like, what did you do for fun?
Bro, I don't know either.
Great question. I vibed? I don't know.
She got some vibes.
If I think about it, if we look deep in the archives, which honestly are not
very
that
deep.
It's not deep. I don't remember a lot of things. As we've discussed before, I'm just like, I went to class, I studied, I ate food, went to the gym, like hung out with friends, but like, what did we do when we hung out? I don't know.
I don't remember,
Talked?
Vibed.
Literally.
Vibed.
Like, it wasn't, I don't know. And now it makes me feel like I didn't take advantage of the time that I was there. But I was like, I know I had fun.
Yeah.
I know I met a lot of people. I know we did things.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you what they were.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's fair. I don't know if I would even have a better answer to that either. Like, if...
Yeah. I will say, like, some of my favorite memories though were when like fall time started, and we went to this like kind of farming community where they had like corn mazes and pumpkin donuts. There's this one place that had the best pumpkin donuts ever.
I've never had pumpkin. I've never been a huge fan of pumpkin. I think I might have had pumpkin donuts one other time, but I did not like it. But like those pumpkin donuts,
life-changing.
I crack out on that.
Yeah.
I crack out on that shit, man.
Like, if I could get them right now,
I would. In a heartbeat.
Easy.
I mean, we could. It's just a light 6-hour drive.
Call up Bud. I'm not driving. You want to
drive? Tag, you're it.
Yeah. Hello. If you're hearing this, that means we have found a break in our trains of thought. I know. Kind of crazy. Like our podcast isn't chaotic or something like that. Anyway, this week we have a sponsor for this episode, and our sponsor is Newsly. And you're probably wondering, what is Newsly? Well, Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. So you can stop scrolling and start listening. You can follow any topic as specific as you'd want, from sports to business to Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. Our podcast, The Midnight Memo, will be there too. Make sure to check them out. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link we have down in our description. You can also use the promo code TMM for 1 month of free premium subscription. That is right. So make sure to go check us out on the Newsly app. You will not regret it. And now back to the podcast. Anyway, the holiday seasons are coming up, everyone.
Good.
Like, I knew the holidays were coming, but it doesn't feel like they should have come this fast. If that makes sense.
Because summer felt so fucking long. Like, it still felt like summer the week before Halloween. That's why. I mean, we were celebrating Halloween here on Spooktober, but outside, I feel like it didn't feel like fall.
That is very true, because my apartment was hot.
Yeah. Well, not hot, but yeah, like warm. we were good still.
And now I need a blanket, and she needs 2 pairs of pants.
I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants.
So
you can't see it.
The seasons are a changing.
Can you see? Can you tell the black from the other black? There's 2 pairs of pants. Okay. That was way too much movement for all this for all of this pant.
More pant equal less movement.
More pants equals more pants.
Anyway, so Thanksgiving, the holidays.
The rubber band.
I know.
We went all the way out here. Now we gotta come back.
Jumping back. Thanksgiving, the holiday seasons are upon us.
Unfortunate.
And I love Christmas. Love Christmas. Thanksgiving? I don't know if this is a controversial opinion.
I don't know how many people. We were also talking about this at my something vaguely similar to this at my Halloween party, because we were talking. One of our friends has this theory that in every relationship.
It was me.
Was it you? You started it?
Okay, this is my theory.
I really thought it was Matt. Okay, continue.
Calling all couples, attention. I have a theory.
It was me. Sorry. Continue.
I have a theory that in every single couple, there's a Christmas person and then there's a Halloween person. Mm-hmm. So in my relationship, I'm definitely the Christmas person. My partner, he loves Halloween. He's a Halloween person. Kristen's relationship, she is a Halloween person.
I was going to say in our relationship.
Oh, our relationship.
In our relationship.
I'm the Christmas person. You're the Halloween person.
Yeah.
And you're, what's the version of mistress?
They don't have a name.
Patriarchy. Rude. We'll find one. Mister?
Well, you can't say mister because that's like the way you formally address like men. Like on formal documents. So that doesn't really count. Okay, male lover. Is that an equivalent?
Yeah, I guess you're a lover. But in your relationship...
lover.
Yeah, in your lover relationship...
Freaking can't.
You're the Halloween person. Is he the Christmas person?
Yes.
Okay, because he kind of likes Halloween as well.
Now.
Yeah.
He didn't pre our relationship. He was, I don't think he ever really, I'm sure he celebrated it, but like not really. Growing up, it's not nearly as much of a thing. So he was, definitely a hardcore Christmas person. And that's still his preference. But like now he has a strong appreciation. Yeah. Because I've shown him the dark side of Halloween.
Yeah.
And I still love Christmas too. It's still, it is like very close for me. But like I crack out a little harder on Halloween.
Yeah.
So it's like an equal, like we both have like a 45 appreciation for the other. And then there's just a smaller percentage for our respective holidays.
I see. Yeah. But this is my theory.
Yeah.
In every relationship, one Christmas person, one Halloween person.
Yeah.
So, please let me know.
There was one person that said Thanksgiving at my Halloween party. Do you remember? I don't remember who it was, but there was.
How dare they?
Someone said Thanksgiving.
They've been voted off the
And I was like, who?
Listen, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I don't like Thanksgiving as a holiday. I think, honestly, it's become more of a, now that I know more about the holiday, it's like, oh shit, that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
Like a lot of things you find out when you're an adult.
Like, oh my gosh, how they just casually forgot to teach us about what actually happened on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Excuse me, I was just thinking about this as you were talking about how they didn't teach us about Thanksgiving. But, you know when you're a kid and you're in elementary school and they have... you do little like activities throughout the year, and then especially when it comes to holidays and stuff, there's themed activities around it. So like when it came to Thanksgiving, did you guys ever do like, yes, you make the hand turkey, right? But like also like dress up as pilgrims and dress up as Indians? Because my school did that. And now looking back on it, that was fucked.
I do not think we did that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't nearly as much of a no-no, I think, back then in the 90s, early 2000s as it would be now.
Yeah.
I don't know if... I should ask my cousin, who has a couple of kids who are in elementary school, if they're going to do something like that. Like, that would... I feel like that'll be the real test, if, like, in this day and age, if that's still a thing.
Yeah.
Like, hand turkey, I can get behind. But, yeah, we cut up... like paper grocery bags, and we dressed it up as like the outfits that Native Americans were wearing at the time. And like half the class I think it was half the class, or maybe there were two separate activities, but I remember doing that dress up activity, and then we had the headband with the like colorful rainbow flower or feather that you get at like a craft store to make a headband. And then we also did dress up as a pilgrim activity.
I do not recall doing that. I recall the arts and crafts for sure. Hand turkeys, like coloring in
we're testing
the
Claire's
pilgrims.
archives.
Yeah, coloring in the pictures of like pilgrims.
Oh, okay.
But like never dress up as a pilgrim, dress up as a indigenous person.
Yeah.
Native American, no. But yeah, the whole idea of Thanksgiving, like when we were younger, we were taught, oh, the pilgrims and the Native Americans, they were just hanging out. They became friends. Like Christopher Columbus discovered this new land. No, he didn't. People lived here already. It was already discovered.
Calm down.
Calm down.
I think that's also where I have a different view, though.
About Christopher Columbus?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, well, okay, not like as a general concept, but I mean growing up. So I had two different versions of my childhood. The one who dressed us up as indigenous people, and then also, and I don't know if maybe this was just like different teachers that I had in different grade years who had their different perspectives, but also because we have to learn Native Hawaiian history from like elementary school, and we learn Hawaiian and we learn how to speak Hawaiian and to read it, a little bit of speaking, that sort of a thing. There's also a strong feeling of, yes, we've already been colonized and we're trying to keep our roots and that sort of a thing.
Right.
So we have that feeling about being Native Hawaiian practices and that sort of a thing. And I think that translates over to some of U.S. history as we're learning it. Like, I remember feeling so back in now moving up to like high school when I was learning it, or U.S. history in high school, like feeling so much angst about it. Like, it really made me so angry. That's why I hated history. Like, basically my entire life I hated learning about it because it just made me so angry. So like I think that also translated to at one point along my education when we were learning about Christopher Columbus, I do remember like vaguely a sentiment of like, he's like one of them, kind of like Captain Hook, like he's an equivalent. And I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
So I kind of have that sentiment in general as towards the holiday and the peoples, I think.
Yeah, and I just don't understand like why they made it they tried to make it very good. Like, yeah, like
when we first learned it, we were children. You're not going to tell them, oh, these colonizers came in, invaded their homeland, and then slaughtered their people. Like, you can't tell a third grader that.
Yeah, it's so stupid though. I just don't understand. Like, yes, I totally support the idea of teaching children about togetherness, to have that family time, quality time, get to know other people. Build those relationships. Great. But like the holiday,
I love how we modernize the holiday. I love what it's supposed to mean. Like,
yeah.
Everything you just explained, like togetherness, share food, be with your people. But it's the history that makes me feel icky about the celebration, kind of. It's like, yes, I love this concept, but we're celebrating it in name of this terrible backstory. So it's like, do I boycott it? Because I don't like what it originally means, but I like the idea of having a time off of work. I'm gonna be real, you get time off of work on a Thursday. It's not like, oh, we get Friday off right before the weekend. It's like you get a Thursday and a Friday usually. Love that. And then the shopping, but we'll get into that. But like, yeah, the togetherness, like I loved, and being a kid when I was innocent, I loved Thanksgiving for that.
Yeah.
But
now I give no thanks on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, now I feel icky about it. Like, I don't like it.
It's just like all the things you learn, it's really sucky. But, and like another reason Thanksgiving is so awkward is because you're forced kind of to go back to your family. And like, especially when you're getting into the young adults, like high school onwards, right? Throughout college, throughout young adulthood, you interact with those cousins that you don't see except for like once or twice a year. Your family starts asking you all these questions like, so what do you want with your career? Oh, like, who are you dating? What's your love life?
Cue all our imposter syndrome episodes.
Literally. And I'm like, and especially when you're, I guess, like standing in the spotlight, or you feel like you have to reach those expectations of your family members of, I've been in a 5-year relationship. Oh, I'm whatever.
Especially when you have, like we said, never compare. But it's also so hard when you're in this enclosed bubble of your family and you have your different cousins on their different journey. But now it's one thing comparing across the internet. It's another thing being compared in the same house. Like you were trapped in the same room with these people. And it's like, I didn't like it.
And it's, I don't know what it is, but I always feel like it's all these pointed questions towards the younger generation of people.
Yeah.
Like it's always like, oh, your cousin over here, she's just got a new house and she's getting promoted at her job. And it's like, what am I supposed to say? Like, my condolences. Yeah. Like, what?
My condolences.
Like, what do you want me to say? Like, oh my
Why
God.
did you choose condolences?
I was like, how about, Cheryl, we talk about the marital issues you're having with Uncle Mike? How about that? Let's just change up the little narrative here. Oh, you don't like being in the hot seat all of a sudden. Crazy. I'm going to go get more cider. Like,
I know. And then being, like, I'm going to kind of do a thing, but, like, usually being Asian too, you're always taught being, I think in general, most people are taught, like, especially our generation in general, are taught, you know, don't disrespect your elders. And then when they ask you, like you said, pointed questions like that, you're like, oh, if I could say the shit I want to say and talk like that, got you on your ass. But of course you can't, because you want to respect them as your elders, though still we can't say what we want to say, even though we really want to. Like, also, like, turkeys are ugly.
They're so non-photogenic.
Okay, in general, sorry, I don't like birds. so
this is a bias.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. In general, birds don't really appeal to me beforehand, so not very out of pocket, but
yeah, I don't know what the motivation was. Like, they're so stupid. Like, they'll look up at the sky when it's raining and drown themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're like, these are easy to catch.
Maybe.
I don't know, but they're also frightening because they're huge. And it's like just the effort and time that goes into cooking the turkey and making it.
Because usually they're drier than.
I don't even know. All I know is that it's the one.
Again, I don't cook.
The one, what is it, dish, I guess, during Thanksgiving that takes the longest.
It's so long.
It's a whole day endeavor. You have to, like, season. There are, like, specific things, like you can stuff it.
You have to take it out every so often and baste it again.
Yeah. It just takes so long. And it's not that good. I mean, I'd much rather have ham, or I'd much rather have chicken or something like that.
I think last year my mom just made ham because we were all like the same thing. We're like, like, sure, turkey, but like meh. And we only like, my entire family prefers dark meat, so like half of the turkey is waste. Like, we obviously are gonna eat it, but preferentially we're just kind of like going through the motions at that point. So I think last year we just had a ham. Yeah,
it doesn't taste that good, and like you said, a lot of the times it's dry, and then you have to spend the time like carving it and all of that stuff. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm making stuffing on the side.
Compensate for the turkey.
Yeah, it's so much effort. No thanks.
I do remember, to be a little bit happier, another reason why I liked Thanksgiving growing up is because I don't like cooking again. But I did like helping my mom cook for Thanksgiving in increments. I would like go in and I'll like help her, and then I'll help her make like the stuffing or something, and that's my mission. And then after like an hour of helping her, I'm like, okay, peace. And then and then I'll take an hour break, and then I'll come back and I help her again. Like my poor mother, you know, slaving away in the kitchen. Also, so much endeavor. Usually, I feel like it's only one person cooking, so that's all. You know,
it's a lot.
Whoever's hosting, it's a large endeavor for one person.
Yeah.
Usually, like, we shouldn't do that, but I feel like that's usually stereotypically how it goes down. And not fair. So, but I did enjoy helping my mom growing up. Like, oh, I get to cook today, like, with her. And that was a very cute bonding experience. So I do like that. That's one of the things I do like about the holiday. The fun parts. Like I said, the modern celebration of it, of like, bonding over cooking together and having a nice feast and those aspects of it. You know.
What's your favorite dish during Thanksgiving, I guess, dinner?
Okay, you know I'm a picky eater. So growing up, none of it. I would eat, gosh, I would help my mom make the stuffing again. And I would only eat the breadcrumbs out of it.
Stop. Kristen.
And I think, what did she also put? Yeah, I would only eat the breadcrumbs. Oh, and the bacon. The bacon and the Portuguese sausage that she puts. My mom puts like Portuguese sausage in it. So I'd eat like the meat and the bread. So I would eat whatever meat and the breadcrumbs. And that was it.
Okay.
Because again, I don't like pumpkin. So I don't like pumpkin pie, which is the main dessert thing. And dessert's where I shine. So my poor lovely mother would also have to make brownies on the side.
I think we usually had like 3 different pie options.
There's a lot of pie things, and I'm not a pie person, so I don't thrive in Thanksgiving.
I wasn't either. Like when I was younger, this is character development. When I was younger, I would only eat the inside filling of the pie. Yeah, like I would not touch the crust. I would eat the whipped cream that I put on top.
Isn't the crust the best part?
It is now. When I was younger, I only ate the middle. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I'd much rather eat the crust. It's like the salsa thing when you're younger. You only eat the liquidy part of the salsa, and now it's like, I need to get them chunks.
I mean, we're still like in the middle, but like, sure.
Kristen's like, I'm still a picky eater. I don't know what you're talking about.
I still like the liquid, y'all.
She's like,
Kristen's like, what's wrong with the liquid? But yeah, that's what I ate on Thanksgiving.
My favorite dish on Thanksgiving will have to be the stuffing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the quintessential Thanksgiving meal. Like, I could just have that on its own and like not do any of the sides. But I think over the years, I've become very accustomed to the sides rather than like the meat. That's supposed to be the main star of the show. I'm like, nah, I got my potatoes, I got my stuffing, I got my cornbread, I'm good.
That's a white person thing, cornbread.
Cornbread is a white person thing.
Well, because I was thinking, I was like, what do we have? And so my mom would also make, oh gosh, what is it called? This kamaboko dip that would, fish cake dip that goes with also like crackers and stuff like that. But that was like it would be served on the dinner table, but it was also primarily, like the snacker that you're having while everyone's like, when's food ready? And the turkey still needs 20 more minutes.
That's a very Asian household situation.
Exactly. So I was trying to think, I was like, what else did we have on our table? Like, okay, we talked about our favorites now. So I'm trying to think what else was on the table. We had, my brother and my dad's favorite one is mac salad. They love. I
love mac salad.
Or potato salad. My mom makes that, and they like go off on that.
I'm with them. Okay, I'll hang out with them.
Yeah,
I hadn't had mac salad until I think I went to
probably.
Yeah, I didn't think it was I just wasn't exposed to it. Same
thing for my partner. He was like, "What?" And now, like when we go out, it's like not my favorite thing, but it's like served as a side on most local places. So I'll just kind of like scoop it into his plate because he's like, "Are you gonna eat that?" I'm like,
"Nope." Okay. Yeah, I see your fish cake dip, right? And
raise it.
I'll tell you the white people version. We got.
Is that what we're gonna do?
We had shrimp cocktails. That was our shrimp cocktails and like a cheese. Like a charcuterie board situation.
I was like,
our charcuterie board.
Well, at first I thought you were gonna say shrimp with cheese, and I was like, interesting. That do sound like people.
That do sound like some white people shit. Say it with me.
That's literally what I was like. Ooh, that do sound white. That do in fact sound white.
I'm just thinking right now. I don't think I've ever had sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving.
Like I love sweet potatoes.
Yeah, and I know it's like a quintessential like that souffle with the marshmallows and sweet potatoes. I don't think I've
also didn't know that was a thing until I moved here. So that's
honestly I still don't understand it. I've never tried it though.
Yeah.
As we're
talking about it.
Yeah, now I'm saying it, but I don't think I've ever had sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving. Is it good? I don't know.
I feel like it's a cardinal sin that you haven't, though.
Maybe it was like the fat, like in my brain, I was like, why are we putting marshmallows on potatoes?
I do feel that way in general. Yeah, I don't get that still.
I stand by it. Stand by it.
You're like, now that I've talked it through, still stand my ground. Have not changed my own mind yet.
Yeah. Let us know if it's good. Or let us know what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is.
Yeah.
Are you like a mains person or like sides person?
Yeah. I was dessert, but that's only because my mama made me brownies.
No, she was breadcrumbs. There's mains, sides, desserts, breadcrumbs.
Green bean casserole. That's another white person thing we started doing. My mom started doing some white people shit since we moved. Love you, mama. But like, I feel like half of it must be access to some of the things. Like kamaboko, so hard to get where they live now on the mainland. Mm-hmm. Duh. But also I'm like, I remember the first Thanksgiving I went home now in the mainland, not home in Hawaii. There was, half the things got scrapped and half of the dishes were these new white people equivalents. And I was like, what's that? Never seen that before. Green beans casserole, one of them. We've adapted.
I feel like I would go the opposite. I'd be like, stand my ground. I'm doing all Asian dishes.
We do that for Christmas usually. Oh, now we do like Christmas is like, we usually make Hawaiian food.
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. Yeah. So middle grounded a little bit.
Mm. Oh, what else about Thanksgiving? I do think it's hilarious now that as we've evolved the holiday to mean more hanging out with family, where we're supposed to give thanks for what we have, the day immediately after Thanksgiving.
Yep, I know.
Not even the day after Thanksgiving anymore. Now it starts on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving night.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Where it said, oh my God,
this.
Thank you so much for everything we have. So grateful. Oh my God. But now all the things I don't have, I'm going to go buy it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's Black Friday scares me.
Okay. So my first Thanksgiving on the mainland was during our freshman year of college, and it was also my first, and I think that was the only other besides this year, sorry mom and dad, that I didn't get to go home for Thanksgiving because buying a plane ticket back to Hawaii was going to be expensive. So I stayed with my freshman roommate at the time. Mm-hmm. And so she invited me. I went home with her for Thanksgiving, and I remember we had Thanksgiving dinner relatively early, and I think we were just like hanging around at her house, like with me, her, and her cousins, even though we weren't kids, we're full grown. We're like 18, 19, 20 at this point, but we still were like in a kid's crib.
Yeah, you're at the kids' table.
Like the parents are off in like the main living area, and we like went off to a different room to just like hang out and I think like watch TV or something. Mm-hmm. But we were like, just hanging out. And then someone was like, so are we going to go shopping? And I was like, tomorrow? Like, sure. And they're like, no, like now, like it's the sales start soon. And I was like, clutching my fucking pearls. I was like, what do you mean?
Sir.
I know. I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. And so we literally did. We like stretched out our pants a little bit and we got up and we went Friday shopping. And I was like, literally what's going, like, I mean, I was just along for the ride, right? I was going with them, but yeah, so like I went along with them, but I remember the whole, like I felt like I was just going through the motions almost, even though I've never done that before, because I was just like, I could not process that I was going to go to a mall to go shopping for things after I just was shoveling turkey like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And then what was worse is we also went to Walmart. Yeah, that was kind of a nightmare, but I bought my favorite pair of sleep pants that I now wear like every day. My blue like men's sleep pants.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Got those.
I can't even imagine Walmart on Black Friday.
Oh, it was terrifying. Like
Walmart's terrifying to begin with on a regular day.
Yeah. No, it was truly so that was my first Black Friday experience. Black Thursday, basically. Like that was terrifying. To get those pants, I literally had someone like, it was in one of those like the bins that they have in the middle of the aisles at Walmart that are just like basically just free for all. You just kind of stick your hand in it and see what you get. Yeah. And so I was reaching into that and someone like body check, like almost flipped me into the top. It was aggressive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that was a lot. So I literally grabbed that because I needed it because it was getting so fucking cold. I literally just went to go get layers and stuff. After I got that, I was like, this is all I want. I'm done.
You're like, this was a great experience, guys. Can we go home now?
And then you remember our friend, so she loves crafting. She's like, wait, I need to go get craft supplies. And I was like, I have to fight crafting Walmart.
Grabs your hot glue gun. No one touch me. Nobody touch me.
Literally, I was like, she went down the whole aisle, and I was like, I'm gonna wait here.
Like,
I'm gonna wait in the main hallway.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Terrifying.
So, yeah, don't do that again.
Thank you so much for joining us for our, I guess, like, beginning of the holiday season episode. Let us know what your Thanksgiving dish of choice is, or if you're celebrating Friendsgiving or something like that.
Oh my God, I do love Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving is a great holiday. That is one thing.
Because it just celebrates the whole point of what modern Thanksgiving is now about. Yeah. Togetherness, hanging out, and everyone cooking something.
Yes. Oh my God. Joint effort. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Honestly, can we bring Friendsgiving to like family? Like, let's just turn Thanksgiving into Friendsgiving as a concept.
Yeah. We, here at the Midnight Memo, we stand Friendsgiving.
We stand Friendsgiving.
We stand togetherness and family and friends. We do not stand colonizers. Period.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a hot take.
Yes.
But anyway.
Anyway.
Do you do anything fun to celebrate the Thanksgiving or the holidays in general? We would love to hear it. Let us know in the comments or reach out to us on the social media platforms that will be on the screen if you're watching this on YouTube or on Spotify video format. Otherwise, they will be linked down in the description below.
Yes. And if you liked watching this episode, there will probably be a couple more other videos that are suggested to you. Watch them because they're also great. Last thing, don't forget to leave us a review and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That would super help us out.
Yep.
Hey.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to tonight's holiday spree thing. Tonight's episode. Thank you. I was going to try to categorize it, and I was like, I don't even know what journeys we took today. So I'm just going to generalize and say thank you for listening to tonight's episode. We really appreciate it and hope for you to see us next Tuesday. Good night. Bye.
Wow.